What's up, folks? Jacob Rob AJ here. Today I'm here to shoot a mixtape review. This mixtape is entitled the Maxtape 1.5 and this is by Maxsta. With this mixtape, it was one of the most anticipated mixtapes on my list for 2014 to come out the UK. I'm going to go through track by track and share my thoughts on it. Track number 1 is entitled Intro. This features Stelf. Definitely love the production that was done on this. Overall, this was my first favorite track from this mixtape. It was my second favorite production. And I actually thought it was going to be my first, but I'll get into that later on, which one was my favorite production. Maxsta started out with his shout-outs within the song. Once the 40-second mark hit, I knew he was going to go in and kill it. I loved his bars at the 50-second mark to the 1 minute and 6 second mark of the track.
From my commas in the game, Maxtape 1.5 for the fame. And my flow's clear, but I never see you names. I took it up and back it up and feel like king. Next year, inshallah, make it rain. Goodbye with my 20 big shits for today. I sing all the beef and the tracks. What you know about a sleepless night, man? Stelf,
I thought he killed his bars on the track. And just overall, it was a great track. This is like the first track I've heard with him, so if you know any material that you want to recommend by Elf, feel free to drop that below. Track number 2 is entitled T.M.W.P. This featured Rlz and also Villain. I like how at the 20-second mark, Maxsta kind of does like his trademark. You know, he'll spit fast, then he'll stop, and then he'll spit fast again. Perfects that real well. It was a great chorus, and also think that everybody came on this track. Track number 3 is entitled I Remember. This features Ben Nelson. Definitely a soulful track, laid back. This ended up being one of my favorite tracks on this album. Love the production that was done on this. I really think the track stood out with Ben Nelson providing the melody within the track, and overall I thought it was a great collaboration between him and Maxsta. Track number 4 is entitled Born and Grow. This featured Stelf. I love the production that was done on this, and you'll kind of hear the sample to pop that, which is pretty much French Montana. Track number 5 is entitled Code. This featured Dot Rotten, Flowz, and Chase Inferno. Overall, I thought the production was just okay on this. I'd say it was probably my least favorite track that was done for this mixtape. I was definitely expecting a lot more, seeing that Dot Rotten was going to be on this track. I see Dot Rotten on the hook. I did like the production that was done at the 202 mark of the track. Track number 6 is entitled Sweet Sensi. This featured Big Shizz from Rascals. Definitely a great track. One of my top favorites from this mixtape. As soon as the track started, you know, I was like, you know, this is a track that gets played in the car. One of those summertime tracks that you just chill out to and can really vibe from. Both Maxsta and Big Shizz, I thought they both spit hard within the track. It was one of my top favorites from this mixtape. Track number 7 is entitled Got Gas. As soon as the 28-second mark hit and the beat kicked in, I was definitely loving the track and also the production that was done. I think a lot of grind fans is going to dig this track and the production that was done on this track. Spitting like real fast and it's just kind of going insane on the track. Track number 8 is entitled Double Up. This featured Sho Shallow Ard Adz. As soon as the beat started, I knew they was going to kill this track. Definitely loved the production that was done on this. From the 30-second mark to the 58-second mark, I thought Maxsta was spitting real hard on the track. The bars that were done from the 127 mark to the 1 minute and 54-second mark of the track. I just mainly like how it's all instrumental from the 321 mark to the very end of the track. And I definitely like the collaboration that was done on the track. Track number 9 is entitled Waiting on Me. This featured Nye. I felt like the track, it suited Nye more than Maxsta. I think it was a little bit too laid back for Maxsta, but you know, he still spit on the track regardless. The guitar on this, you'll see like a light guitar that's done, and I thought it was a good collaboration between Maxsta and also Nye. Track number 10 is entitled Alone With My Thoughts. This featured Brotherhood. Definitely love the production that was done on this. I'm pretty sure that the production was done by Men Army. It was hands down my favorite production that was done on this album. I thought it was going to be track 1, but when I heard this track, I was like really impressed with the production that was done. And the beat, it just stuck in my mind the whole time. And Brotherhood killed their parts within the song. Maxsta killed his part in the song. And overall, it just ended up being a great song. As far as the production, it kind of had like this dark grime type of vibe to it. And it was different, definitely liked it. And you know, I'd like to see more production done like this. Of course, it really stood out to me within this track, and it just went great over the production that was done for this track. Definitely a great mixtape by Maxsta, and I was glad it held up. You know, I think it was one of the best mixtapes that has been released out the UK this year. You know, Maxsta, he's always repping at East London. He proved himself on this mixtape like he always does. If you know any other Maxsta material that you would like to recommend, feel free to drop that below. If you want to recommend any other grime out the UK, feel free to drop that below. If you got this mixtape, what was your top favorite track overall? What was your favorite production that was done on this mixtape? And if you had a least favorite track, feel free to drop that below. But until next time, this has been Jacob Rob AJ, and I'll see ya.